Alright guys, Colonel Dracus here. We're going to work on a battle report here with everybody's favorite, Mr. Campos. We're here at the Gaming Club. Hey, Gaming Club. Everybody at the Gaming... Hi. Okay. So, Campos, let's go over your list real quick, bud. What did you bring for us today?
I brought an experimental list where I have four squads that were infiltrating. So, over to the camera's right, we have the Striking Scorpions. They're 10-man strong with an X-Arch with a Power Claw. Next to them we have what looks like Howling Banshees with an Executioner, but that's actually a duplicate Striking Scorpions with a Power Claw. Then we have a 10-man Fire Dragon squad with an X-Arch with Fast Shot and Karandras, all infiltrating over there.
Okay.
We've got a 5-man Ranger squad which infiltrated right at my Emperor's Will objective. We've got a 7-man Swooping Hawk squad with an X-Arch, no other upgrades. But
so those aren't spiders?
I'm sorry, these are warp spiders.
Okay.
They're 7 warp spiders, one of which is an X-Arch. What did I say?
You said Swooping Hawk.
Oh yeah, not even close.
Different animal.
That's right. Then I've got 2 Wave Serpents. They're both identical. They both have scatter lasers, hollow fields, and 5-man Dire Avengers inside each.
Okay.
I've got a 3-man Jet Bike squad. I gave them all cannons. So they're all plain, but I'm using the cannon models to remind me that none of them have any special abilities.
So that's just a separate squad.
That's right.
Okay.
And then I've got 4-man Jet Bikes here, also with no upgrades, with a Farseer. And the Farseer is the way that I typically run them: Singing Spear, Runes of Witness, and a Jet Bike.
And a Jet Bike. All right.
That's all I
and
got.
right now you're going first.
Yep.
And it's Emperor's Will, so your objective is over here in the building.
Yes.
And mine is right here, kind of in the center. So let's go over the list I brought today. It's Space Marines, using the Iron Hands tactics. And we're trying to play a little dirty today. So let's go over here real quick. We've got the, let's see here. Oh, there we go. So we got the Chapter Master, Bike, Artificer, Armor, Thunderhammer, Shield Eternal, all good. He's with a 5-man Bike squad with 2 Meltaguns. Next to him is a 5-man Bike squad, no upgrades. Here's the Combat squad off of the first squad with the Chapter Master, 3 bikes, and a multi-melta attack bike. Then we've got a Predator with auto cannon, heavy bolter sponsons, auto cannon, las cannon sponsons, twin link las cannon sponsons here. And in reserves, we've got 5 lovely drop pods. So we've got Ironclad drop pod, Ironclad drop pod, Ironclad drop pod, 5-man tactical with a flamer and a drop pod, 10-man tactical combat squatted with a flamer and a drop pod. And that's it. For my Warlord trait, I rolled that my Warlord causes fear. He has the fear special rule. And I think that's it for me. What Warlord trait did you get, bud?
My Warlord on a Jet Bike has +1 run, so nothing.
+1 to his run roll?
Yeah, which you can't do.
But he turbo boosts,
yeah,
right?
36.
Okay.
I don't get 37 out of it.
Right. Alright, let's roll to see if I could seize. It is not Night Fight. And we got a 1. So we do not seize, so we'll come back at the end of Eldar turn 1. Alright guys, so end of Eldar turn 1. His Striking Scorpions went over here, got a few behind the tank, shot it with no effect. The Dragons over here moved up, ran, killed 2 bikes in the attack bike. The other Scorpions just ran up here. The Bike Squad moved flat out over here. Snipers went ahead, shot into the bikes in the middle, killed 1 guy. And that was about it for most of it. He moved flat out here. He shot to no effect, and they just moved. I think that's about it. Yeah? Did I miss anything, bud? Nope. All right. On to Iron Hands, guys. End of Iron Hands turn 1. Predator here just turned around, killed 2 of the Scorpions with the las cannons. The solo bike just kind of ran off. The Predator moved back 12, shot at the bikes and killed one with snap fires. Other Predator moved up, turned, shot the dragons and did nothing. The 3 dreadnoughts dropped, 1, 2, 3, all got out, all shot at the Wave Serpent and only did 1 hull point thanks to the Serpent Shield save. The drop pods all shot at the Rangers and did nothing. These bikes went ahead, flatted out. The Chapter Master and his bikes moved up and assaulted the Warp Spiders and wiped them out for first blood. And that was it. On to Eldar turn 2. Eldar turn 2. Wave Serpent moved over flat out. This one moved over, threw all of his shots into the back of the Dreadnought and wrecked it. He did use his shield though. The snipers here shot at the lone biker, and I made a cover and a armor save on him, so he's alive still. The bikes that were over here moved and flatted out on the other side of this building, right there. The Farseer and his bike squad flatted out over here on the other side of the building. And the Scorpions and Dragons moved up. The Scorpions over here moved, charged the tank, blew it up. He killed 2 of his own guys with the explosion. These guys got hit, but nothing. Fire Dragons moved up, fleeted, and put a hull point on the Predator. They also now have a 4-up invulnerable save from his psychic power. And that's it. So on to Iron Hands turn 2. Iron Hands turn 2. We had a 5-man drop pod with the Flamer come in. They ended up killing 5 of the Scorpions over here. These bikes went ahead and moved, killed a couple Fire Dragons. The Predator moved up 12, snap fired into the bikes over here, did nothing. The one lone bike we had moved over, he's behind the building. The Predator turned, put all their fire into these 2 bikes here, killed 1 and they're falling back. Then over here, moved the bikes up, took a couple shots at the Rangers, killed 1. The 2 Dreads each shot once at the Wave Serpents, did nothing on the shooting. This one charged and immobilized its Wave Serpent. And that was it. So on to Eldar turn 3. Eldar turn 3. These guys are dead. Alright. We got the Striking Scorpions here. Ran in. Killed 1 with the Overwatch from the Flamer. I challenged. His Exarch killed my Sergeant. And his normal guys killed 1. I didn't kill any. Failed my leadership and ran. I got away, so they're over here. All the bikes and the Striking Scorpions shot and charged at the tank here and wrecked it. The Fire Dragons moved up, shot and killed the bikes, and went ahead and battle focused over to the objective. Then over here, his Dire Avengers got out, shot into the bikes and did nothing. And I wrecked his Wave Serpent with the Dreadnought. And his other Wave Serpent moved and went flat out all the way over here. So here's the quick overview of the board. And we're on to Iron Hands. Alright guys, end of Iron Hands turn 3. The drop pod still did not come in. It's in reserve, so it'll come in next turn. Flamer guys consolidated, moved, went ahead and flamed the Fire Dragons, killed a few. The Predator shot in, killed a few. Bikes here and that lone bike all shot in, killed a few. So they all attempted a charge. The Chapter Master squad of bikes are the only ones that made it. I didn't challenge. Karandros did. He was the only one that survived the shooting. So in the challenge, my Chapter Master took a wound and killed Karandros. And that was it there. And then over here, my Dreadnought moved over, shot and charged the Dire Avengers, and we tied in the assault. He couldn't hurt me, and I totally whiffed. So that was super exciting. The Dreadnought over here moved and ran up, so he's going to try to assault the Rangers on next turn. The Rangers are currently went to ground because the drop pod shot and killed 1. And that's about it. So on to Eldar turn 4. Eldar turn 4. The snipers attempted to shoot at the bikes, did nothing. The bikes with the Farseer shot and charged into these bikes with the Chapter Master. The Scorpions moved up, attempted to charge and failed. The bikes actually overwatched at the Scorpions and killed one. These two bikes shot and charged into my one bike there, and nobody did anything, so it was a tie combat. These Scorpions went ahead, moved into the terrain, shot at the tacticals, killed one, and they ran. And over here he disembarked, and I guess he forgot about them, so they didn't move or shoot afterwards. And then the combat in the corner over there with the Dreadnought and the Dire Avengers. The Dreadnought finished off the last three guys. And that was it. So on to Iron Hands turn, guys. End of Iron Hands turn 4. The Dreadnought over here just moved up and ran. The Dreadnought in the building here moved up, assaulted, and shot the Rangers, wiped the rest of them out. Drop pod here killed one. Drop pod here missed them. The 5-man squad with the Flamer and the Sergeant shot this squad, put him down to just the Exarch, I believe. Then the Predator shot and finished him off. These two squads shot into these Scorpions there, killed one. Combat here was a whiff on both sides. Combat over here, he challenged me with his Farseer. I accepted. Slap fight in the challenge, and his regular bikes actually managed to kill one of mine. And I passed my leadership there. So that's it for turn 4. On to top of turn 5. Did you want to roll to see if we have night fight?
Sure. We do not.
A 2, we do not. All right, we'll see at the end of end of Eldar turn 5. The Dire Avengers moved up, shot at the tacticals that were there, killed like 2. They ran, so they're over here. Wave Serpent went ahead and shot at the Flamer and single guy there. They made all their saves. The Scorpions shot and charged at the other 5-man squad and wiped them out. And then the bikes on bikes with the Farseer finished up. The regular bikes was a slap fight. My Chapter Master finally killed his Farseer. He failed his leadership, ran, and I ended up catching him. So we overran him. And slap fight again over here with the bikes. That was it. So on to Iron Hands turn 5. End of Iron Hands turn 5. Dreadnought moved up. Bikes went ahead and moved over. I forgot to mention the Chapter Master healed the wound that he took. He broke off from the other bikes, moved, shot, ran, and assaulted, or moved, shot, and assaulted the Dire Avengers and wiped them out. The 2 tac squads here split up a bit with the striking Scorpions in the middle. Both squads flamed and bolted them, took them down to 1 guy, and the Predator finished him off. And the slap fight over here continues. That's it. You want to roll to see if we go to turn 6?
Sure.
5. So we do continue to turn 6. End of Eldar turn 6. The Wave Serpent moved over on top of the impassable terrain, shot everything into the Chapter Master. He took 2 wounds and he's pinned from the Serpent Shield. And the slap fight continues. And that's it. On to Iron Hands. Guys. End of Iron Hands turn 6. We ended up going ahead and moving the 2 Marines here and charging into the bike combat. Eldar went ahead, attacked the 2 Marines, got 2 hits and no wounds. And I got 4 hits and 4 wounds from the tacticals and nothing from the bike. And he failed his saves, so wiped him out. Consolidated 5, consolidated 1. The Predator here went ahead, shot its autocannon at the Wave Serpent and did nothing. That's it. Oh, real quick, let's see if the Chapter Master gets a wound back again. Let's see. Nope, so he's still hurt. He's got 2 wounds left still. And did you want to roll to see if we continue?
Sure.
Alrighty.
All right. On a 4 or higher it continues.
Yep.
Right?
A 1.
And
So it's over.
yes.
All right. Well, good game, bud.
All right.
Thank you much.
Now,
So it was a new list for you. What did you think?
it seems that 6th edition is highly mobile. The meta, I'm seeing a lot of bikes, a lot of mobility in general, and I don't have the mobility in this list. So for my side, I liked it. I just don't. I just think it's a little bit too much of a static army. For yours, it was quite impressive. 5 drop pods allows for a lot of dropping first turn and continuous dropping afterward. You got a lot of armor 13 between the vehicles and the dreadnoughts.
You took care of most of the armor, though. You took out 2 of the predators and 1 of the dreads, so that was half of it.
It was just it's still it was half, but you still have plenty
Left. Yeah.
Yeah. So both lists were interesting. In this particular case, your chapter master
It's a beast.
is a beast. So I spent a lot of firepower. It feels like I spent a lot of firepower
On him.
and just couldn't hurt him.
Yeah. I think the change that you made to your list, changing out the guardians for those 10 fire dragons,
The Storm Guardians.
was probably a good choice, because those fire dragons are scary.
Yeah.
It's a lot more points though. So
Yeah, I had to lose a couple of jet bikes, but I'm not digging the Farseer squad anyway. The Farseer with the 4 jet bikes, I'm not 100% sold on it. The Rangers, I'm not sold on it. It'll get worked.
okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for playing.
Oh, it was a fun time. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll have to have some more in the future.
Oh,
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and do it for Matt, because Matt loves you guys.
No.
He's a fan of everybody that comments.